Welcome back everybody, it's UnTapperGo, and today we're playing some Hammer Time in Historic. So this is a blue-white deck built around a creature that I got my ass handed to me by the other day, Mist-Cloaked Herald combined with Colossus Hammer. So this card gives the equipped creature +10/+10 and it loses flying. And this is an unblockable creature, so if you equipped it, it's 11 damage, and you're just like, what are you supposed to do against that? And then the combo is Resolute Strike. So this gives target creature +2/+2 until end of turn, and if it's a warrior, you get to attach any equipment to it for free. So turn 1 Mist-Cloaked Herald, turn 2 Colossus Hammer with Resolute Strike is 13 unblockable damage turn 2. That's insane. Ridiculous. I got like, that happened to me and I was just like, what am I even supposed to do? So I decided to brew around it. We also have River Sneak, which is the same thing as Mist-Cloaked Herald essentially, except it gets pumped whenever another Merfolk comes into play, which if we play another Mist-Cloaked Herald or another River Sneak, that's going to help a little bit, but this also can't be blocked, so essentially the same combo can occur, except on turn 3, so just a turn slower, but no matter what, we have two options to have 13 unblockable damage by either turn 2 or turn 3. And then we're also playing all 4 copies of Core Blademaster to give all of our equipped warriors double strike. And everything in the deck is a warrior, so that every creature that we play is going to have the added benefit of the Resolute Strike in combination of our Colossus Hammer. We're also playing 4 copies of Maul of the Skyclaves to give our creatures flying, so that way we can block if we have to. This also just attaches itself by itself, so we get to attack for 3 unblockable damage with this, guaranteed. And then we're playing 2 copies of Shadow Spear to gain us some life and to give trample and to be able to make our opponents lose hexproof indestructible. That's not really relevant. We're not really too worried about that one, but. And then we're playing a crap ton of ways to draw cards. So we're playing 1 copy of Opt just to fill out the slot. We're playing 4 copies of Curious Obsession, 4 copies of Curiosity. Both of these are 1 mana enchantments that say whenever a enchanted creature deals combat damage, you get to draw a card. So Curiosity, it's a May. Curious Obsession is not a May, and you have to attack, otherwise the enchanted creature gets sacrificed at the end step. Which is fine because we're always attacking and our creatures are unblockable except for the Core Blademaster. We're also playing 4 copies of Staggering Insight. This is going to allow us to draw cards, pump the creature, and give us lifelink so we can gain some life back. And that is the deck. In the mana base, we have a mix of basics, Glacial Fortress, Hallowed Fountain, of course. We only have 1 copy of Temple because we really don't want to have any mana come into play tapped in this deck, as well as 2 copies of Fabled Passage because, again, we don't want too many tapped sources. In the sideboard, we have Spell Pierce against non-creature spells, Grafdigger's Cage against things coming into play from the library or the graveyard, really good against the Neoform deck, graveyard strategies, things like that. A 3rd copy of Shadow Spear if we need the lifelink really bad. 2 copies of Aether Gust against red or green permanents like the Red-Black Sacrifice and Gruul and all that stuff. 4 copies of Ominous Seas in the control matchup as an alternate win condition, because since we're drawing so many cards with all of our enchantments, even though our creatures are most likely going to get dealt with on a consistent basis, we have a way of just making 8/8s that our opponent has to also deal with. So this is just to bring in against control or like interaction heavy matchups. Playing 2 copies of Dovin's Veto to be able to win Counterspell Wars, 3 copies of Mystical Dispute to bring in against control, and that is Hammer Time in Historic. Let's take this into the arena and see how we do. If you like today's video and today's deck, check out the link down below in the description and leave a like on today's video. Subscribe if you're a viewer and are not already subscribed. Hit the bell for all the notifications, and let's see how we do in Historic Ranked with Hammer Time. All right. Going into game 1 up against Bubba.net, and we have some creatures, we have some enchantments and equipment, so we're going to keep this. We don't have the combo, but we should be able to at least put some pressure on with the Maul of the Skyclaves and hold up well against whatever our opponent's trying to do. They have the Food Golem sleeves. This is pretty cool. I like this sleeve. They also have the Pupper. Hello, pup. You'll always say hello to the pup. Alright, so we drew a land, which is cool for us. Play this as our untapped source. Play Mist-Cloaked Herald. Ooh, I like the swamp. It's a really nice swamp. Thought Seize for opponent's pretty good. Taking the River Sneak is probably the call, realistically. If they can deal with our Mist-Cloaked Herald, I would have taken the River Sneak and then killed this, and then we would have been kind of like in Beat City. Well, let's try to resolve one of our curiosities. It resolves. I could try to draw 2 cards this turn. Or should I try to hold up this curiosity? Like, I have a gut feeling this is going to die. Fatal Push is definitely a thing. I mean, let's try it. Cool. So we're always going to take this action. And, like, our opponent can kill this, but, I mean, we have another unblockable creature and a way to enchant it. Bone Crusher is kind of a pain. Alright, so we'll play a River Sneak. And we'll play the Fatal Passage and pass. If our opponent Thought Seizes, then we're kind of in some bad shape, but... Alright, Bone Crusher for our opponent. We'll fetch now. Grab ourselves another blue source. Alright. Staggering Insight, the River Sneak. See if we can draw into another creature. Or start to find the combo. Curious Obsession. We'll hold off on playing that. Okay. Equal Bolas for our opponent. It's not too bad. Another Staggering Insight. So we could draw a bunch of cards here. I kind of like that idea. Another Curious Obsession. There's a Resolute Strike, so now we just need the hammer. Our opponent is cycling Sweltering Suns since our creature is out of range for it. An opponent hits us down to 8. Fatal Push is really good against us if they happen to have it. It's only equipped warriors, unfortunately, so the Chord Blade Master is not going to do much. I think we just try to attack. Okay, so draw, play the Chord Blade Master, play another Mist-Cloaked Herald. And I guess we'll just pass. Our opponent hits us with a good game. Already? I mean, they're still not dead. Well, Thoughtseize didn't help them. Now they're definitely dead. There's a Resolute Strike gone. They already know what's up. They had to have played against this before. And opponent scoops it up. Good game, opponent. Alright, going into our next game against Stramoine. One land, and it's not a blue source. Otherwise, this hand I probably would have kept. Or I kept it anyway. Can we draw a blue source? You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. I meant to mulligan this hand, and I got lucky. Evolution Sage for our opponent. This is going to be interesting. I wonder what our opponent's up to. So, I guess we Curious Possession the River Sneak. Let's find a card. Okay. Let's try to see if we can draw into another land. Preferably a blue source. Alright, no Proliferate yet. Karn. Okay, this is going to be sketch. That sucks. Well, we're definitely in a lot of trouble. Another Mist-Cloaked Herald. Not a land, though. We'll play the River Sneak. Max up on our mana, I guess. Now he gets to put one counter on both of his creatures and play a land if he has one. And proliferate. Yep. It's pretty good. No land. Okay, so we take 4. Hmm. Well, we're going to Curious Accession the River Sneak. At least get the Vivian off the board. See if we can find a land on our next draw. We're definitely in a lot of trouble here, but Vivian's definitely their means to an end of the game for us. Their evolution stage proliferating is already good enough. Man. If they have a land to follow up with this, we're... Oh, God. Oh, man. Mono green proliferate. This seems like a really, really strong deck. Oh, man. Yep. Good game. Woo. Alright, we're on the play. We don't have a hammer, but we have a resolute strike and a river sneak, so we're going to try this out. We'll lead off with the hollowed fountain. Okay. So we're up against what appears to be a life gain deck. So they're probably gonna put themselves out of range for us to kill them quickly. This might be a grind. Let's hope they don't have many ways of dealing with our creatures. Ah, good old Healer's Hawk. And the Ozolith. Ooh, spicy. Spicy. Okay. Well, we're gonna get in some draw here. Yep. Take action. Take action. Pass it up. So our opponent's most likely interaction late since they have to have a setup here. Johnny's Pride Mate is going to be huge if they find one. Land off the top is not terrible. It's only equipped, so we'll play Staggering Insight onto the River Sneak so we have lifelink and just start drawing a bunch of cards. There's the hammer. So we'll play our Core Blade Master and then we have lethal next turn. Alright. Opponent takes out the River Sneak. It's still fine. We still have lethal. So we'll play the hammer. We'll play them all too. Just for like assurance, I guess. We'll attack. Good game. Welcome back, everybody. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Today we went 2-1 with Hammer Time, and this deck it's pretty fun. Obviously, it's weak to heavy interaction, and if we don't have any creatures, which we're not playing many of, if our opponent deals with them, we're kind of screwed. And not finding the right pieces at the right time can definitely hurt us, but just having that unblockable threat like the River Sneak and the Mist-Cloaked Herald in combination with the Hammer and Resolute Strike is so funny to me, and like Core Blade Master is just like a one-shot with Resolute Strike and the Hammer if you have an empty board. It's so funny. It's so fun. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the gameplay and the video and the deck. If you do, check it out down below, import it into Arena and try it out yourselves. Leave a like on today's video, subscribe if you're a viewer, you know, all that good stuff. And I appreciate your support, appreciate everybody's time and patience for the uploads. I know it's been a few days and everything, but you know, I'm trying to get them up as more consistently as possible. So moving forward, I'm going to have more videos up for you guys. So thanks for your continued support. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you all in the next video.